Hello, I am back again with another video. Today we are going to the Hub in Fallout. The Hub is a trading center of New California, providing water to a multitude of settlements. Being such a great place, I am hoping to get my money up. Let's get into the video. Entering the Hub, you will notice a very glaring issue happen with me. And this issue is the fact that upon entering the town, it appears I have gained an extra chromosome. I can only speak to people in grunts and groans. Now, the reason this is happening is due to me being in withdrawal from mentats, which lowers my intelligence by 2, and since my base is 4, that means I now have 2 intelligence. Now, unfortunately, if I get more mentats, that does not remove the withdrawal debuff and puts me back at base 4. And since withdrawal lasts 4 days, this isn't very good. So, what I need to do is the next thing, which is reload an earlier save, and then wait till morning at Junktown, so I can start the withdraw there. Then I can lose the withdraw status on the way to the Hub, since the journey takes like 4 days. So now, for real, I can go to the Hub this time with the ability to talk. The first person I see upon entering is Matt, who tells me all the basic information about the Hub, about how the city is the biggest in the Waste, and caravans of supplies come through here frequently. The second person I meet is Tony Fry, a local police officer of the Hub, who tells me to stay away from the bar in town as it's run by an organization of shady people, the head of them being a man called Decker. He also brings attention to the fact that caravans have recently gone missing. I also get a lead on where I might be able to find a water chip, as Tony tells me to visit the water merchants. So, with some information of what to do in this city, I enter. And I head straight to the general store to hop back on mentats because I do not want the issue of dialogue not appearing to happen in this place. After exiting the store, I notice a familiar name, being that of Bob. He was mentioned by the rotund midget in the last video being the person who Doc Morbid sells body parts to. So Bob is selling human flesh to the people of the Hub for food, and calling it iguana bits. I use this knowledge to force Bob into giving me $75 every week, or else I'll tell everyone. Because, let's be honest, if no one is complaining, it can't be that bad, and, I get some money out of it, so, really. Win-win. Then I go to the nearby bulletin board, and reading it off, it tells me to go to the Fargo Traders and see Rutger to inquire about a possible job opportunity. Going there, Rutger tells me to talk to Butch, who's in the back, so that's what I do.
What do you want? Time is money, chit-chat is not money. You hear about the job or what? Hot damn, someone with guts. Done and done. Go talk with my second, Rutger, and get the details.
So, getting my first job in the Hub, I see Rutger again, where I finally get to know what this job is about. Mentioned before by Tony, Butch wants to know what is happening to those missing caravans. Rutger has his own ideas, thinking it could be the Brotherhood of Steel or the water merchants, but he tells me to go to Beth down at the gun store, as she typically knows more than him. Following that up, Beth thinks it's much worse than either of those things. She thinks it could be a Deathclaw. She says that there's a beast that can kill anything, hypnotizing those who look at it. Apparently, there's only one person who's seen it and lived, a man called Harold who resides in Old Town. She also mentions that I should talk to Slappy outside his abode first. Going to Old Town, I see Slappy, who looks like he's on some mentat withdrawal, and he tells me to go visit Harold, who's inside.
Spare change, old friend, old pal? Can you help a poor mutant down on his luck? Oh, kind of you, friend. Very kind. If I could clear the gunk out of there, you just might find a tear in old Harold's eye. Ooh, that thing. Friend, that is Nightmare City. Why the hell you asking about that? Okay, well, that's like a damn big man is what it is. Got spikes and claws that can cut through the heaviest armor. But don't let the size fool you. It's quick. Well, from what I've heard, maybe whack it in the head. I'd try the eyes. Of course, there's a problem there. You can't look at him. It is said the Deathclaw can hypnotize just by looking. Then it walks up and boom, you're it. Good luck to you. You're gonna need it. Oh, hey, it's you. Anything I can do for you? The whole thing? Well, after the Great War, my vault was one of the first to open. Phew, long time. All started with the sirens. I was young, but oh, I do remember that. A lot of terrible years followed. And I remember walking out of the vault late one morning. Well, I was a trader. Did pretty good making a circuit between survivors. Lost a lot of good people, though. Gangers got 'em. Scavengers attacking the caravans, and mutants, son of a dog, if they weren't springing up like rabbits with a mission. Had to have an army of guards with just to do a deal. Of course, they helped you, bonehead. Just too damn many to handle. Didn't. Got killed. Love that joke. We mounted an expedition. God, Richard Gray led a small group of us up there. Richard Gray was a doctor, a little older than me, and friend was he smart. He found the source, some sort of old military base. We lost a lot of folks getting in there. Robots and such, a lot of them. Damn surprised they was still running after all this time. What with the war and all. Whew, boy, they tore us a good one. We got pretty far inside. Wasn't a lot of us left by then. Gray, me, and a couple of others. One of them robots got Francine. Mark was wounded. Sent him back to the surface. Then it was just me and Gray. To this day, I don't know. He never made it back here, and, well, I couldn't face the wasteland again, so I never looked. We made it to some sort of central core, like a plant of some sort. That's when it happened. A robot crane crashed into us. Last I saw Gray, he was flying through the air and into some sort of acid bath. I was in bad shape and, well, I passed out. No, you idiot! I just said I never saw him again, didn't I? Well, I have no idea. Woke up in the wasteland, barely hanging on. Got lucky, and some traders I knew found me days later. Good thing, since I was already changing. They brought me here, and here I've been since. All I know is it was something inside that base. How the hell should I know? Gray would have known if anybody could. Anyway, that's how the deal went down. Well, thanks for letting me tell it.
That was a long story, but maybe we'll be able to find Richard Gray or Mark in another settlement, so we can tell Harold about them so they may reunite. Going back outside, I speak with Slappy again, and he tells me he knows where the Deathclaw is. So I follow him, remembering that I need to shoot it in the eyes, yet not look in them. The Deathclaw sits in a cave next to what appears to be a large green man who's dying. The battle, of course, is hard, but I end up relying on stem packs to heal myself. And eventually Tycho lands the killing shot and the beast goes down. Running to the green man, he calls out Master, saying his brothers were killed and he was the leader of his group. Then the mutant hands me a holodisc saying he came from the northwest and was scouting for crimes, whatever that means, before saying the Master once again and dying. Reading the holodisc, I find out what's been happening to the caravan. The mutants have been kidnapping them. But why are the mutants kidnapping people? Maybe we'll find out later. Returning to Fargo for our payment, we can tell Butch what's been happening to the missing caravans.
Well, what do you have? Really? Who? What would mutants want with our caravans? What, do I look a crate shy of a load? Did you even see the Deathclaw? You killed it? Well, where did these mutants come from? An outpost? Well, I'll have to talk to the committee. Yeah, they'll know what to do. Done and done. Get out, 'cause I got stuff to do, okay?
So I get my money and then go to our next lead, being the Maltese Falcon Bar and finding Decker. Inside the bar, I speak to a man named Kane, who says he knows I was the one responsible for killing Gizmo, and he would like to hire me for a job. I accept, and then I get to meet Decker.
So, you're looking for a job. How fortunate. I have one that needs doing. But where are my manners? What's your name? Well, the pleasantries are now concluded. Do you wish to hear about the job? Background. There's a certain merchant who's, how to phrase this, not cooperating fully with the underground. Quite simple. Hunt down the merchant and his wife, and exterminate them. All a matter of semantics, but yes, kill them. Will you take the job? Oh, excellent. The standard pay is 500 scripts to open, and another 2,500 to close. They live in the Heights on Barter Street and Thunder Avenue. Complete the job in return. Trust me, I'll know. Quite excellent. My assistant will remunerate you on the way out. Please, close the door behind you.
First thing though, I want to explore Old Town a little. Meeting a weapons dealer named Jacob, he tells me what I need to know about radiation, and sells something called a Geiger counter, which tells me how much radiation I've consumed. I might pick that up later. He also informs me of a guy next door who sells Radaway, which can remove any radiation on a person, so I head there next. The guy next door also sells Mentats, so I happily buy one of them to support my addiction. However, I don't buy any Radaway, as I don't really need it right now. Exploring a little bit more, I find a basement underneath one of the buildings with a bunch of locked doors. So, picking the locks of them all, I meet another faction of people called the Circle. The Circle are a group of thieves, and going to the back, I speak to what appears to be their leader.
Bloody fine job making it through the defenses, mate. I'm rather impressed. Toss me your name. Quite pleased to make your acquaintance, actually. For now. Let's get the other bit of politeness taken care of, shall we? What the bloody hell are you doing here? Oh, how nice. A joiner. Well, you've worked hard enough for a look-see. But if you really want to join, then you'll have to take the second test. Quite simple, really. You prove yourself as a thief. Succeed, and the world is yours. If not, then you'll never see us again. Except if you come looking. And if you don't understand, that last bit is a threat. It's so simple. In the Heights, you'll find Darren Hightower's home all plump and ripe for the picking. Are you ready for life? Do you accept the challenge? That's the spirit, mate! Just talk to Jasmine in the room outside this chamber. She'll give you details, a map, and a few little goodies to help you on your way. But remember, if you even think about ratting us out to the cops, we'll be a memory before they arrive. But enough gloom. Cheerio, good luck, and ta-ta.
Loxley, the leader of the Circle, tells me I need to perform a second task to join, which is to steal Darren Hightower's necklace, which is quite fortunate, as that's where I'm planning to go anyways. I also get 500 experience from this interaction, which allows me to level up. I choose Smooth Talker as my perk, which gives me +1 intelligence when speaking, so I can slow down on the mentats. I then put more points in the sneak, as that will presumably help me steal this necklace. I then go back to exploring a bit because I would like to wait till dark before I commit 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of robbery. I then find a man named Irwin who lost his farm to raiders, and with nothing else to do I offer to help him get it back. I try to shoot one of the raiders through a window, but I can't, so I go in through the front door. I block one of the doors in the hallways, preventing the 2 raiders in that room from getting out. Ian gets a bit hurt and runs away, but we are eventually successful in killing the raiders. Not much good loot-wise here, though. With it now being dark, Irwin gives us thanks, and gives me a nice gun as a gift for all we've done for him. Then I pawn off a bunch of loot we got from the raiders in exchange for a Geiger counter. Then I'm ready to deal with Dare and Highwater. Entering the Heights, a guard warns me to leave, as people aren't allowed in this area after dark, and if any of the guards catch me, they'll attack. I ignore his shitty little warning and sneak around the back anyways. Before the guard patrolling comes back, I sneak my way through the door. I unlock the case to get the necklace, blast Hightower and his wife, and make my way to the front door. At this point, I wait a while to see if the guard out front will move, but this never happens. So I open the door and blast him with my shotgun. Then kill the guard who warned me, then sneak off back to the main hub again. Coming back to the bar, I speak with Kane to get paid, and he says Decker might have another job for me, so I speak with him about that.
Good day again, my friend. I have another job for you. Are you interested? Excellent. You see, the last job I gave you was a test, and you did exceedingly well. Now comes a job of importance. As you may know, the children of the cathedral have been gaining influence in this town. And frankly, I won't stand for it. A small matter. Kill the High Priestess Jane. Once she's gone, this little nuisance will be ended. Interested? I believe I'm beginning to like you. The pay is 1,000 up front and 4,000 upon completion. And trust me, I'll know when it's done. Talk to Kane on your way out. He'll provide you with details.
I get my next paycheck and another thing on my to-do list. But before I do anything else, I check back in with Loxley to get my money there.
Oh, how nice to see you again. Do you have a little something for me? Ha ha! Well done! Congratulations! You're now a member of the world-famous Thieves' Circle. Let's get Jasmine over here and throw a topper, shall we?
So that's about it for the day. We killed some rich people, raiders, and even a Deathclaw. Along with that, we have found out mutants are taking people, and lastly, we are working with Decker, who appears to be disliked by the wider community.